Welcome to our first lecture in this unit. Hopefully by now you have completed Activity 1, which aims to map the importance of organization in your own lives. And you have also read Chapter 1, Introducing Organizational Behavior from the book Organizational Behavior by Daniel King and Scott Lawley. The title of lecture has two keywords, behavior and organization. We will start with the second keyword, the organization, before we engage with the behavior in organizations. Formal organizations, as we call them, have become dominant actors in shaping the contemporary society. They have a pervasive presence in all aspects of our lives, as Activity 1 must have informed you. Thus, one good reason to study organizations is to get some basic understanding on how organizations shape our lives in so many fundamental ways. A nuanced understanding of organizations has both theoretical and practical benefits, as we will discover in our journey together. While formal organizations often share certain generic features, they also exhibit staggering variety in terms of size, structure, operating processes, and most importantly, their purpose. Organizations have the capacity to do great good or great evil. They save lives but also wage wars. They impact individuals, communities, societies, and ecology. For an individual, working in organizations has important economic, psychological, and social consequences. Organizations often mirror but also shape the values cherished within communities. Today, some of the multinational corporations have become more powerful than many nation states, and therefore their actions have global footprints. In all, it is challenging but exciting to study organizations because it is a human artifact. Before we begin with what could be different ways to understand an organization, we need to know what an organization is. Since it is difficult to decide on a single definition, we begin with a working definition. An organization is a consciously coordinated social entity or collectivity with an identifiable boundary that functions on a relatively continuous basis to achieve a common goal or sets of goals. As we further engage with this definition, we find it plagued with several conceptual issues that make study of organizations more complex. For example, the term collectivity often assumes a group of humans with something in common. However, there will always be conflicts between collectives and individual interests. While boundaries help in distinguishing who is inside and who is outside the organization, situating the boundary itself is problematic. For example, prisoners held captive in prisons and students studying in educational institutions. And what endures in an organization on a continuous basis and what changes? Who decides the common goals and how? Though there are no easy answers, a knowledge of underlying perspectives will help us in developing a better understanding of these issues. There are three significant perspectives which have shaped and continue to influence our understanding of organizations. The rational, natural, and open perspectives often provide us with competing definitions on organizations. They draw our attention to the different facets of organizations as collectives. These perspectives partially conflict, partially overlaps, and partially complement each other. Though these perspectives emerged at different times, they continue to guide and inform our understanding of contemporary organizations. We will discuss rational and natural perspectives in more detail in subsequent lectures in Unit 1. We will deploy the open system perspective when we engage with topics in Unit 5, 6, and 7. Now we will focus on the second keyword, that is behavior in organization. To do this, we need to draw on a wide range of underlying disciplines. We also need to explicate the unit of analysis, whether primary attention is being given to the behavior of individuals, of groups in the organization, of organizations as the collective actor, or of systems of organization. By adopting this approach, we are attempting to understand and explain the human behavior in organization. Though there are no right answers, the study of organizational behavior itself is a fascinating but somewhat complex. Our next activity uses metaphors to understand organizations.